let's apply this thing on that. Let's see if that actually works. I think on Juno it's a little bit more tricky, but since we will outspeed this, let's see if how that works and if that works. So we're outspeeding that. More debuffs, lots of debuffs. That a counter. Okay, heal block, or the cleanse block. And bro, what? Yo, what's up guys? Today on Berserk's account, showcasing something. I did showcase the dot team with like the Nora and the Mugwang and Rika, those kind of units. However, there's a few other options, and Berserk actually told me he has a few of those options, which is with the Light Triss. So Light Triss is actually a pretty interesting unit if you do have a bunch of those dotters and you work with a dot team. So I'm not entirely sure which teams he's using. Let's see what he's using with those. So he has a version with the Hey Gang, he has a version with a Robo. Okay, fair. That totally would work, So let's see what we would like to hit with those. Let's see if we can actually hit those, and then we go for the version with the Hey Gang. So this is definitely a defense that you would see on your normal defense. And yeah, let's just see how this works out. Okay, so we move because of that. That's totally fine. Now I'm pretty curious to see like how much the Light Triss will start doing. I guess we cut you a little bit. Yep. We also give like the anti-cleanse thing or something like that, right? Yeah, I did crit and he removed the anti-cleanse thing. So yeah, in this case, the passive, wait, this is actually, wait, these units are just hella dying, bro. Like, it's that the shield is kind of there, but these units are hella freaking dying. That's actually pretty dope. Like, this is probably the fastest way for the dot team in there. Wow, Jesus. This unit is actually good for this. Like, a lot of people were like, I can just use it like TOA hell and that kind of stuff, and it's actually kind of bad, and too bad about pulling this unit, but since this is meta right now in arena offense, and you can probably clear pretty fast with this as well still, I think this is actually pretty legit as an offense in general. Also, if you normally miss one unit, it would mean that it's kind of annoying because you missed that one unit, but now we missed that one unit, but it's still dying, and only Light Triss is able to do that kind of stuff. Because that's the cool thing, like normally if you miss a strip or anything, like that unit is just simply not dying. In this case, still dying, and you're actually clearing super fast with this. Plus you just make that whole team 100 res, super safe. That's, wow, this team is actually a lot better than I expected. I definitely do like it with Hey Gang. Like I showcased it with the Seimei. A lot of people were asking like, what can you use on the spot of the Seimei? Well, that's like literally the worst type of strips we could have had. Does this thing actually strip? I think it also did strip or something, or is it one of the other ones? It does strip, so let's just give that strip over here. Okay, or not. I thought it stripped. Maybe I read it wrong, barely have read it. But still, this is not really an issue because all of those units are 100 res. They're still pretty tanky and shit, so it's not really that much of an issue. And the thing is, the Light Triss just works by passive. So if you use Light Triss, I would definitely use it together with a Rika. I wouldn't use it together with the Mugwang, which is the Dokubi Lord. Because the Dokubi Lord is just pretty nice, or it doesn't work with the Light Triss. Let's call it that way. It just doesn't work with the Light Triss. So it is pretty good in general, but just doesn't work with the Light Triss, so no point in using that. I also would say that killing Camillas with Light Triss is a lot better because those units are kind of bold to not crit. I think his Light Triss is probably also no crit rate and stuff. Okay, 21 is a little bit on the higher side. You prefer to have like 15 exactly, but yeah, this is literally insane. Like, if I had a Light Triss, it's not like necessarily saying me right now, like, ooh, I really want to get a Light Triss. Not really on that point as of yet, though. But I would say if I had a Light Triss, I would absolutely use it. So, wait, let's see. Oh, it prevents from harmful... I just read harmful effects. I'm like, oh, then you remove them. Removing harmful effects. No. Preventing them from removing harmful effects. Ah, okay. And it's beneficial effects that you want to block. So, yep, that's wrong in both occasions. Wait, you can actually do that. What does happen to this right now to Abellio? Is it actually... Yo, you also counter Abellios. Yo, this unit actually low-key gangster. Like, not gonna lie. This unit low-key gangster. That's actually pretty solid to also counter Abellios. Because normally Abellios, those are annoying units, right? In this case, it's not. So that's actually pretty good. Because even this, like, it just took a turn and just died. Wait, this is actually so good. I would definitely abuse this all siege long. This is really, really a strong... I would say that she's arguably one of the most usable of the new units. because all of the other units, they're kind of niche in what they're doing. They're okay at what they're doing. They're niche, they're nice, but none of them are like super OP-ish. And this one I would say is pretty nice. So I was talking about like the Heigang spot, the Seimei spot. So that's this spot. You can actually do a lot of things on that. You could place the Mugwang on there just to go for like extra dots. You could place a Nora in there because of the healing. You could place a pretty much any other daughter, like a Thrain or something, would also kind of work. But it is nice to have some unit with some healing and some passives in there. So in this case, this team doesn't have a healing. But I think with a Triss, it's just fine where you don't really need it too much or at all. Let's call it that way. But if you need that healer, you could even go for a Riley, an Alaya, a Varamos, a Tetra, a Rakuni. There's a lot of options in this slot. Also, a lot of people ask me, it's like, oh, how do I replace like the Mugwang, or how do I place like the Rika? Well, I would say that the two of them replace one another. If you don't have neither of those, I would probably go for Thrain. I have heard some people talk about like, oh, let's just use the Light Triss and then use like Amelia and that kind of stuff. It is an option, but you have to keep in mind that you at least want to get some tanky-ish stuff like for these kind of units. You want to make sure that you're tanky enough that you maybe don't need it. But we're actually like super fast clearing those offenses that are in general just difficult offense. Like we hit like Tina Langs, we hit Nixes, we hit all of that kind of good stuff so far. So wait, this one, Kiki, I would say Kiki, no, I would say Manon is kind of countering this kind of stuff. I would say Manon and Rakan and those kind of things, they do tend to kind of counter this. Also, of course, the Juno. But yeah, hitting Manons with this is, wait, why do we suddenly get so many of those teams? But yeah, hitting a Manon or something like that with that is a little bit more difficult. I haven't seen a single team yet that I would like to do with the Robo. So let's try to find a team that we would like to do with the Robo afterwards. I should have actually do this skill on you as well, because you would just try to cleanse and you can't. I really like it where even if you miss the strip on one of the units, it still dies because the rest of them just die. Like, it's actually, like, this is legit the best way to get rid of Camillas. Like, absolutely. Like, I would say the safest way. The best way is probably just bombing them or blah, 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 that kind of stuff, or going in with a Christina. But you would miss your armor breaks. In this case, you land so many dots that even, like, people were saying, like, oh, Nyx is not good against this. Like, no, Nyx is not good against this. Simply because there's just so many chances to apply things. If you miss one or two, no one gives a shit. Like, legit, no one gives a shit. Okay, so in this case, let's try it with the Robo. You do also have the light, or you have, like, leads, which helps a little bit. But let's go with the Robo, and then let's apply this thing on that. Let's see if that actually works. I think on Juno, it's a little bit more tricky, but since we will outspeed this, let's see if how that works and if that works. So we're outspeeding that. More debuffs, lots of debuffs. That a counter. Okay, heal block, or the cleanse block. And bro, what? Like, it's not that you can't clear this team with anything else. Like, that's absolutely not the case. But it's just, yo, that works so fucking good that it's nice. Okay, if there's two that you would need to do the harmful removing block on, then it would be more difficult. So then it wouldn't really work. This one I think is also more tricky because of the Gizelle. Like, the Gizelle makes it that you kind of want to have like a Nora, Mugwang, or a Seimei in there, because those would be countering this thing, which this account doesn't have, so therefore I wouldn't go for those. I would say that we could probably clear this as well, would go back to the Heigang. I definitely do like the Heigang setup with this as well. It does give a lot of chance to hit those Claras, hit those Zens, hit all of those things. Sure, it could be that your turn order is messed up and shit, but in the end, does it really matter if your turn order is a little bit messed up? I don't even think it's that much of an issue. Oh, she also has heal block. Wait, I forgot about that. She also has heal block on the skill 1. That's even great as well. But yeah, now, like, normally it would take, like, forever to start stacking dots on the Vanessa. With Light Triss, you don't. Like, Vanessa still dies. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Vanessa also will die. It literally does not matter. That's really the best part about it. Like, all of these units just die. Wow, I'm really liking this unit. Like, okay, Loki, I would say, if I would pull Light Triss for my blessing, I wouldn't be sad. Like, at first, when I started doing this a little bit, I was like, he told me I could do that. Before, like, people are saying, like, why are you wasting resource? I was allowed to do one. For the Zontent, I was allowed to do one. He offered 30 crystals. But yeah, a lot of people might say like, yeah, at first when I said like, oh, I'm okay-ish if I pull this unit from the blessing. Currently, I'm kind of on the point where I say like, I'm actually fine if I pull her from the blessing. Is she really like a high one? No, she's just arena offense good. I would say maybe I would be able to use it in siege, but it's mainly arena offense. But it's also arena offense in current meta. It's kind of the same thing as you could say about Grogan. Like, Grogan was super good at the Nana meta. Like, Nana Samath meta, Grogan was just eating every defense alive. Like, literally everything was just food, 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 and more food. That kind of faded away simply because, well, different meta, different styles, different things being good. No more Nanas, no more Samaths that much. So Grogan is no longer as great. So that's, yeah, that's definitely an interesting one where I would say that this one is super good in current meta. Would it be good in all metas that are coming in the future? It's very hard to say. Like, that's probably not even possible to say. So for that reason, yeah, is this thing permanently going to be good? Probably not, but for now, it's really good because, like, you just have so much this going on. Well, they do have, like, the protect thingy right now, so they will actually go for killing. But the fun fact is, because the others still have dots, they come back, but they actually come back to, like, 0 HP. Oh, that's where they have a little bit more than 0 HP again. But still, like, we're pretty much, like, clearing this so greatly. I would definitely say with a Light Triss, I would always use a Rika. I think Rika is probably the best in slot daughter next to it because Rika's the only one that actually lands a shit ton of dots. You could say Asima. I think Asima's nice as well, but Asima's worse into Camilla's. That's the only thing. I should not have been hitting that one, but that was reckless. But yeah, that's the only thing. I would say that Rika's definitely best in slot. Or a Asima would be pretty nice as well. That's, I definitely could see an Asima work, but you only should not be hitting Camilla's. If you're not hitting Camilla's, Asima would be best in slot daughter in game for sure. You don't have a Rika, you don't have a Mugwang. I would just go for Thrain. Like, a Thrain for a normal unit is absolutely a solid one out there. I should actually do this one. Well, I'm not sure how fast this Robo is. Robo could be faster than a Nora. Oh wait, the Windy is the fastest. Yeah, okay, I should not be using this against teams that are a little bit... Oh, I should have actually used that on you as well. But yeah, I should not be using it against a team that I wouldn't outspeed. If you don't get or if you get outsped, it's just the Hey Gang. The Hey Gang is really good for that, actually. Like, way better than the Robo in this position. He's stunning a lot. He is stunning a lot. Little bit of heal block. A little bit of other hits. Is there some other damage? Let's kill you first. Oh, you died. Well, I think we still win. Yeah, Light Triss is definitely one of those that I would say probably one of the best AC units. It's also like with a lot of LDs. Like, a lot of LDs, people pull an LD and they're like, ah, my LD is shit, right? And they say their LD is shit because they can't use an RTA. But yeah, fair is fair. There's a lot of units not good at RTA. That's just simple facts. However, it doesn't mean if a unit is bad at RTA that you can't use it anywhere else. Like, for example, Grogan. If you're going to force Grogan into RTA, you're not going to have that great of a day. Like, it's really not that great of a unit for it. And I would say Light Triss is probably not that out. That's a fairly interesting deciding way of stripping, but I guess. But yeah, Light Triss, probably bad unit for RTA as well. Like, it doesn't do enough. But is it good for arena offense like this? Absolutely. It's ridiculously good. Oh, even the dots, they don't trigger you. Interesting. Didn't even know. Well, I guess the passive dots from that don't trigger it, because normal dots do trigger, right? Not even sure. Thing is, if Rika does get stunned, it is a little bit more tricky to get your dots up. But it is doable. It's definitely doable. Good thing that she has dot on S1 as well. That definitely helps out. Or on passive it is, I think. And a yeet, yeet. So even if you crit, yeah, we do have to land like that actual thing. Otherwise it doesn't work. Heal blocks? No heal blocks. Uh-oh, that a crit. That a healing. Yeah, if Rika gets multiple times stunned, that's the thing where Nora becomes better than Hey Gang by a lot, because Nora also has dots itself, like a lot of dots. And if you're fighting these kind of things where they start bruising you out, yeah, that's maybe one of the downsides on it. This team gets a lot worse the moment that there's less units on the field. You kind of want to fight like a full team of full units for all of those dots to be spreading out the best way possible and stuff. But that, wow, it's an amazing team. Like, I really love this. I would use this in so many different variants on my account. And look how fast we're climbing. Like, sure, that last hit went a little bit slow, but look how many hits we did against definitely meta defenses out there. And it's just super fast clearing. It's like literally super fast. Definitely liking that Hey Gang. Probably should use a Hey Gang style on my my dot team as well. But yeah, we have that one rolling right now, so he can't even go for the cleanse. So the moment he would take a turn, okay, you're just killing. You took 3 additional turns, and you killed the whole team by those 3 additional turns. Oh, that's just also, it's also, besides like being a good team, it's just such a satisfying team. It's like, oh, you took 3 additional turns. Yeah, that's cool, but you're dead by that, by the way. It's just, yeah, she's really cool. She's definitely really cool. And I would also say this is not that difficult to rune. Like, sure, the tankier, the better. Like, people were asking, like, what kind of stats you want to go. I wouldn't even go that high on accuracy. I would just go full on resistance and then tanky and then being fast. That's the only things I would really care about with this one. Because anything else is kind of like secondary, more or less. Like, in the end, like, if you just... You're going to apply the dots so many times, they are going to land at some point, even with less accuracy. Plus, a lot of defense these days don't really have that high on resistance anyway. So, definitely a very interesting team, Berserk. So, yeah, if you're using or if you do happen to have this unit, I would recommend start using it. Start using it for climbing in RTA, because it's definitely a strong one. What other teams does he have? Bunch of Leia teams, Eludia teams. Oh, pretty strong. Very solid overall teams for arena offense, but to be honest, in a rush, I would probably... I think you just have to rune this, and you can probably get, like, offense-wise, get, like, G2, G3, with just this offense. Defense-wise, yeah, you would have to make something work, of course, but offense-wise, this is absolutely G2, G3 level, with just one offense, which is pretty rare. So yeah, amazing team, Light Triss. Very cool unit. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, even after the speed lead. Definitely does fit with like our whole team composition. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you have this unit, definitely use it. I'll see you as always in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab, which has the dungeon guide archive and the video guide archive, which contains all of the guides that you need. Hope to see you there.